Hello, Patriots. I'm not going to go from a script today. I'm going to speak from the heart. There's a lot of groups out there and a lot of people out there that might not agree on every single thing, but do agree that this country is in a lot of trouble, and until people stand up, nothing is going to change, and eventually it's going to be irreversible what they do. And me, I would love to go on every single march with all these groups because I believe in all of them, and I think they're all in their own right doing a really good job. But I can't afford to go on every single march. So I believe if you give every group, give everybody one single day to turn up to London and show we can unify and we're not going to take this anymore. Until that happens, nothing is going to change. We're just going to keep going backwards and forwards. I mean, how many single groups have been marching, and how many times has it been on the news? I went to Birmingham, and it wasn't on the news. You know, there was thousands of us turned up, and it wasn't on the news. You know, and when it is on the news, it's downplayed. You know, they say only a small percentage of people turned up when there's 3 times as many. So until all the groups put aside their differences and come together in London on the same day at the same time, nothing's going to change. How do you think the people that are doing this to us are getting away with it? Because they're all working together. They're all pushing in the same direction at the same time. That's how they're getting away with it. And until we come together and do the same thing, nothing's going to change. I mean, what are you going to tell the future generation when they say, well, why didn't you stop this? Because they're the ones that are going to have to deal with the main fallout of this, not us. By the time everything's completed and everything's sorted, we'll be old. Most of us probably won't even be here. So it's going to be them dealing with it, not us. What we're going to say to them? Oh, we couldn't pull it together. We couldn't all come together at the same time. You know, to me, that's just not acceptable. Every group needs to put aside the differences. Every group needs to come together in London at the same place at the same time and show these people this is our country. We want it back, and we're not going to let them keep doing to us what they are doing to us. Until that happens, we ain't going to get nowhere. How do you think these people are getting away with it? Do you think they're all arguing amongst themselves? No, they're not. They're pushing in the same direction at the same time. We need to come together. I'm watching Kenny's video about the 23rd of June, Independence Day. To me, that's such a brilliant idea because it gives people time to get the money to get up there, to book the time off work, to get everything in place so they can actually get there and show we can stand together. But every single group needs to push this date. We need to push and show the rest of them that we will not be silenced. You know, these left-wing people that call us racist and Nazi scum and shit like that, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and the fact they can get away with it. I mean, I'm watching stuff on the telly and watching the news, and it makes me laugh because my eyes are open, and it's so blatant to see what they're doing. But they're brainwashed. That many people, until we come together, until we stand one place at one time and say, that is it, we've had enough, we're unified, you will not do this to us anymore, nothing will change. So the 23rd of June, to me it's perfect. And there'll be a lot of people like me that would love to go on all these marches, but can't afford it. Give us one day, one date to stand together. All the groups, just come together for one day. That's all we need to show. We will not be silenced. We will stand up and we will change things. I don't want to tell my children we couldn't get it together. You've got to deal with this now. We've been sold out to the EU. We've got Islam groups raping and destroying our country, setting up ghettos. And what am I going to tell them? Sorry, son. We couldn't put it together. To me, it's not acceptable. There is so many. What about the 17 million people that voted out the EU? And we're still in it. Where are all those people? Where is everybody? We need to unify. One day, one time. The 23rd of June. I believe if every group pushes and every person pushes that date, we can do it. We can stop this from happening. You know, it's about time that the people grew up here and stood up together. Put aside your differences. So what if that group doesn't believe exactly what you believe? They do believe the country's in trouble. They do believe something needs to change. So why can't you put aside your differences? Get your egos out of the way. To me, it doesn't matter what you actually believe. It's your core beliefs. That's what matters. And until we all come together, we're just going to keep going round and round in circles. People are going to keep wasting the money going on single marches with single groups. And it's not acceptable. I can't believe, looking out there, how many different groups there are, how many different people that are saying basically the same thing. And still, nothing's changing. It's because they're all pushing their own direction at their own time. We all need to push one direction, one time, one day. 23rd of June, I'll be there. And if no one else turns up, I can say I tried. That's it for me. You know, I can't afford to go on all these marches. I'd love to, but it's never going to change anything. So I'm fed up of talking about it. I've been writing stuff on Facebook for years, posting posts, making videos, and nothing changes. Because one group can't change anything. But us all together, we can't be stopped. There's that many of us. If we all come together and shut London down on the 23rd of June, come together, shut London down. How the mainstream media going to ignore that? They can't ignore it. How are the government going to ignore that? They can't. But until that happens, we're just going to keep chasing our tails. And I'm sick of going round and round in circles. I'm sick of saying the same thing. I'm going on like a parrot. You know, because everybody knows what needs to be done, but nobody's standing up and doing it. Come on, people, groups, all these leaders of these groups, all the head people of these groups, we need to push one day. 23rd of June. One day. And you'll get a lot more people turn up. You know, if they know that it's actually going to do something, and it's actually got a chance of changing something. Because marching in single groups, single times, is not working. It's being ignored. Because there's not enough people unified. We need to come together. We need to just put a stop to this once and for all. That's it. End of. And until that happens, we're going to keep getting sold down the river. And if it doesn't happen, you watch what this country's going to look like in 10 years. 20 years, you won't be able to recognise it. You know, we're in a lot of trouble. And I'm just so sick to death of the left wing winning because they're working together. You know, and they're brainwashing people. And the police, everybody knows the police were on it. I went to a march in Birmingham, and why did they let the left wing people get right next to us? Why did they let them cause all the trouble? Because they wanted us to kick off. They wanted us to say something back and go back at them, because then they can say, look, you're out of order. All you're doing is causing trouble. When it's them causing the trouble, not us, we can see what's right and wrong. I'm not brainwashed. No, I've got my eyes wide open. And it's a joke. You can see him pushing it all the time. In the news, on the adverts. I mean, what's all these Europe adverts about saying they're never going to leave us? I mean, come on, people, wake up. We need to do something. We need to act together. All of us. Not just one group. Every single group. And I will be there on the 23rd of June. And if I'm the only person there, there's stuff that's the last I will do. Because I'm not keeping going round in circles on my own. And I know there's a lot of people out there that feel exactly the same. So this is to all the groups, to every single group out there. Stand together, push the same date at the same time. Come on, we need to change this. We need to get our country back. We need to protect it for the next generation and the generation after that. Until that happens, nothing's going to change. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse until you can't walk down the street and recognise the place anymore. Come on, people, please push together. 23rd of June. I'm going to keep saying it. 23rd of June. Groups, come together. Put aside your differences. It doesn't matter about egos. Come together. Stand together. One date. 23rd of June. Please. We're not going to get any more chances to stop this. And I'm not saying go down there and kick off peacefully. But with that many of us, that they can't ignore us. They can't stop us. They've got to listen. So please, the 23rd of June, I will be there, even if I'm the only one. I don't care. Well, I do care, actually. I'm saying I don't care. I do care. That's why I'm making this video. But I'm fed up of chasing my tail. I'm fed up of saying the same thing over and over again. Going round and round in circles. And nothing changing. You know? So please, people, please, all the leaders, all the heads of these groups, come together, stand together. One day, one time. Please share this video, send it to as many people as you can. People from Britain First, all groups. We need to link up. We need to stand together and we can actually do something. So please, the 23rd of June, London, be there.